Hello, YouTube. All right, I found a parking spot, one of hopefully several, as I semi-relocated to northern Brevard for the job at the Kennedy Space Center. I don't know if it's Kennedy Space Center. They call it the Space Center. Yeah, I guess it is Kennedy Space Center still. Anyhow, you can hear all the vehicles going by because we are in the city. But this particular parking lot has a little wooded area that I backed right up into. So I don't think anyone's going to sneak behind here. And I may actually leave this window open. Although I'll probably shut it at night. Don't need people coming up here or seeing the light from behind. But you can see there's actually a car over there, but the rest of it is actually a parking lot. It is dark inside the vehicle because I have the lights off. I guess I could open the windows to let you guys see what it looks like, but it's not a bad view. I mean, other than hearing all the vehicles passing by and stuff. I am planning on chilling out here tonight and heading into work tomorrow. I'm going to try to make lunch to take with me to save some money. So the plan is to take lunch with me every day. So I do need to try to get a small cooler, a little cooler to keep food cold for the week. Well, I could try to do it one day at a time, but I'm thinking it may be worth getting a smaller little cooler like I had when I originally started van camping or living in a van when I was down in South Florida around the Jupiter area. I actually had a small little cooler that I carried. I would buy ice, actually. I bought like ice and it would last 3 days. This time I don't know if I would buy ice or just keep getting free ice. But having the ice last about 3 to 5 days, when I put it in there and kept it sealed, allowed me to buy stuff like cold cuts, lettuce and things like that to make sandwiches. And I would make sandwiches and take them into work with me. And also had like, water and soda and stuff in there that was cold. So it'd be ice cold and I would put it in my lunchbox. That was back when I was working as a mailman down in the Jupiter area. So I'm debating if I want to get a cooler and if I want to get a lunchbox to carry my food into work. Because that's going to cost money, and any money that you spend out to try to get food and stuff to work, you're spending money already instead of taking the money in and using it to pay your bills, which in my case is child support. So, but if I don't get a cooler, then I have to keep buying food one day at a time. And the problem is, buying food one day at a time, I like stuff like the rotisserie chicken, which I can get, on discount at Walmart for usually under $4. But I have to eat it in one day. But if I get the cooler, I could stretch it out over 2 or 3 days eating it, which can save me money. So those are things worth considering. And of course, the other thing is trying to figure out where I'm going to put everything. I have the lights off here so you can't see in here. But basically, it is a bit crowded, I have the TV in here now. I know you can't see that. The drawer unit in the back is full of a whole bunch of stuff. Have the little boogie board here for my son again. We picked up a new boogie board so we can go boogie boarding. So those are considerations I'm making right now. I'll think about it some more and see if I want to shell out some money. If I do spend money, I don't want to spend more than $20, $25, for getting supplies to work for 2 weeks, because that's like half a day's pay almost. So, but getting it would allow me to stretch out food. I can buy stuff that is going to last me. Like for example, if I bought like cold cuts for sandwiches. Right now, if I buy cold cuts, I have to eat them within 1 or 2 days. I suppose I could always keep it in my little cooler and keep getting ice every single day and try to stretch it out, but when you're working every single day and you're on like a regular 8 or 9 hour schedule, you have to drive to work and stuff like that, it's hard to make time to go and pick up ice and keep changing it every day. Whereas it may be easier to just buy a bag of ice for $2, you know, maybe $3, and just let it sit for 3 to 5 days before you have to change it out. So those are options I'm looking at. It may be worth investing in getting a small little, I guess a 22 quart ice chest, and then putting ice in it, putting sandwich stuff in it. That way I can make sandwiches. It's cheap. Make a couple sandwiches to take to work, some water or soda, and that would allow me to eat lunch for probably less than 50 cents or $1 per day. So it may work out better that way rather than buying food every day. I know it's a lot cheaper than buying like burgers or, you know, pre-made sandwiches and stuff, because even the sandwiches on discount at Walmart, if you get the submarine sandwiches on discount, I could pick up potentially a 1 foot, you know, foot long sandwich for about, if I get it on sale, for about $3.50. Cut that in half, you're looking at about $1.75. So $1.75 per day just for one sandwich. Whereas if I make a sandwich, I could probably get it down to 25 or 50 cents per sandwich. So it's a huge savings. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think I should go ahead and plan to have a little cooler. You know, nothing too big, but something enough for me to keep food in for about 5 days at least. Then the weekends, I don't have to worry about it. But it would allow me to buy like 1 rotisserie chicken and make it last 2 or 3 days, 3 days, 4 days, instead of trying to eat it in 1 day. So I don't have to throw it away. You know, which is what happens when I can't eat it all in 1 day. Yeah. The question is, do I want to buy it new, or, you know, sadly, there's no Goodwill near here. Trying to drive out to Goodwill would use up too much gasoline. Yeah. You know, to drive to the Goodwill to try to find an old cooler for sale, I might use up enough gasoline that I could just buy a new cooler. So I'm probably going to go to Walmart or something and pick up a new cooler, preferably the size of the one I had before, and use that for storing food. And then I'm going to also possibly get a smaller cooler for carrying lunch to work. That's my plan. At least, I think that's my plan. We'll see what happens. Alright, I've made an executive decision, yeah. We're gonna go to Walmart and see if we can't pick up what we need from here. I'm gonna come in here and see if I can't find some little cooler to store the food for the week, as well as possibly a lunch box. Look at this, right by the front door they have one that might be suitable. But it's kind of large actually. It's a $17 Island Breeze from Igloo. It's a 48 quart. I actually think it might be too large for one person. Well, it's actually a very good size. Could hold quite a bit of ice in it. So here they have some lunch boxes. Wow, $30 lunch box. I don't want to spend $30 just for a lunch box. But the cheaper ones here. Actually, these are tackle for fishing. Maybe they're not lunch boxes. I'm in the wrong section. Thought these were all lunch boxes, but look, it's got tackle stuff. Fishing tray utility bag. They look like lunch boxes. I suppose if you get a lunch box and call it a fishing utility container, you can charge $30 for it. Otherwise people are not going to want to spend $30 for that lunch box. So I guess labeling it makes a huge difference. Here then is the actual lunch box section. Wow, $154 for a lunch box. And you know, this one doesn't even have cooling other than just sealing in and keeping the ice cold. This is ridiculous. $154 just for that. $78 for this one. $86. What the heck? These are out of my price range. This 1688 one is starting to look more and more like a real candidate. Here's a $17 one. This is a 28 quart. The other one's 48. I like the blue one because it would match my vehicle. So this may be the one to go with. Could go with the smaller one, which is a $10 one. But it's too small, I think. Using this one here, it's 9 quart. That's way too small. This one's a 60 quart, which is nice, but it's a little tall. These are all very big. I'm thinking I might have to go with this one if this is the one that says Island Breeze. This is these are the Island Breeze ones. It says 1688. The other one says 17. No, 1688 is the Island Breeze. This Igloo one, I don't know what the price is on it. They both say Igloo, but this one doesn't say Island Breeze. So it's probably more expensive. But I would want it because of the color. I prefer the blue color versus the red. Although my vehicle has red in it too. Huh, what to do, what to do. They have a 28 quart. This is 48 quart. This is 28 quart, which is almost the same size, just a little bit taller. About 6 inches shorter. I'm leaning more towards this Island Breeze 28 quart versus 48 quart. For the simple reason that space. If I had a full-size van, I might go with this bigger one, but with the minivan, you know, every inch counts. And I wanted to make sure I got one that, they also have one on wheels, $23, but those are too big. It's not much of a selection here. Got the round ones for water. Could also get a soft one, but no, I would avoid the soft packs because I don't think they'll keep stuff as cold. Let me see how big this is. But this Island Breeze here is about the same size or smaller than the one I had before. Let me think, if you put ice down here or ice in here, then I could have, I don't know how long the ice would last. That's the other thing, storing the ice in here. Because a bag of ice actually, the old one that I got, which was, I think, about this size, maybe a little bit bigger. When I bought a bag of ice, it was too much ice, and I had to toss out a lot of the ice. So I'm debating if I want this one or the bigger one, which would hold more ice. This one is, if I can, and the question is, where would I put it? I don't think there's enough room on the side of the vehicle. There may be enough under this. I may have to put it in the back and adjust the situation. I don't know. The storage unit in the back of the vehicle is what I'm contemplating if I can't get it down the side. See how wide this one is. The question is, will they fit in the width of my vehicle? Okay, this is all the way back. So this one's a little bit skinnier. So it's about 6 inches shorter and about 3 or 4 inches skinnier. Oh, what to do, what to do. The bigger one is cheaper, lower, and gonna hold more. But it might hold too much more. This other one is smaller, taller, but holds almost half. Let me check them out. Alright, after debating back and forth between the various sizes, I didn't know if I wanted this smaller size, which is a 28 quart, or if I wanted this larger size, which is 48 quarts, almost twice as much. Part of the problem with going smaller is basically when you get the ice and you put it in here, you lose a lot of space. And if you get a big bag of ice, the big bag will come up to here. So you end up having to throw away the ice. Or get a small one like this. I could put in 2 cups of the large cups with the free ice. So I could pick up ice for free if I go into gas stations every day and pick up 2 cups. But you know, when you pick out 2 cups, they get kind of angry. They could. So you'd have to go to 2 different gas stations. That becomes kind of a pain. And not only that, you have to do that every day. So after looking at this and saying, well, if I get a big bag of ice and I put it in here, it's only really half a bag. I'd end up throwing away the ice. And oops. Basically, the bigger one here would allow me to get 1 complete bag of ice. 1 complete bag of ice can come into here. And then the rest of it is storage. So I'm going to try this size out. See how it does. The biggest issue with this will be, where do I store it? So that's going to have to be worked out as soon as I get it into the car. So we'll see what happens. Until next time, everyone, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope your decisions are a lot easier than mine. You can see me going back and forth here. And then, you know, I could get a blue one to match a little blue. And get a red one to match the rest of the furniture, which is currently red. Bright red like this. So I think I'm going to go with red just to try to get everything to match in the vehicle versus going blue. So hopefully I made the right decision. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. And I hope that this works out and I can show you how it actually all works. Bye-bye now.